What? Welcome to the Panic Button. I am Jessie.
Welcome to the Panic Button. I am Nina.
And that is how we're going to introduce today. You should subscribe because we're poor.
Yeah. Po.
Yeah.
So, po.
If you really want people to have more kids, then subscribe to us so we can have enough money to afford IVF, because that's not cheap.
Not cheap.
Oh.
Not cheap.
It's like $50,000 for a baby.
It's not cheap.
I'm not trying to put a price on it, but everyone's like, oh, do it before you're ready. I don't have $50,000 to waste on every time they're going to try and stick a little egg in my yoo-hoo.
Ew. Anyway, today we're reacting to Jeffrey Marsh.
Was that bad? Dude, I thought I was saying it in a little less of a vulgar way, but was it that bad?
You're fine.
Okay. You said ew. He looks like
You ain't looking too good.
I don't think you have to censor that because I definitely kind of said it in a funny way, so, you know.
All right, here we go.
Real Christianity.
Here we are.
Is that why you're wearing your colored coat?
Here we go.
Sorry.
If you are a Christian leader
Colors are wrong.
or layperson, and you're trying to repair the relationship between LGBTQs and God, I was going to say, and the church, but that's not what we're talking about. Between LGBTQs and God, I like you. And here's the true tea. If you see me in public, you better come up and hug me. You better tell me you like me, you like my videos. You better take a selfie with me. And I'll tell you why, because I had this beautiful human being. I was at the movies last night, and this beautiful human being, a lady Presbyterian pastor in a major city in America, come up to me and say, I love your videos, and we talked about Jesus. Not in like a weird way, because I'm, Buddhist with a little sprinkle of atheist in there. But just in the way that, when people, when you're an influencer and you're famous, people have like a short time to say hi to you, and then you have to separate. She said to me, she chose in her short time to say to me, I'm so sorry how Christianity treated you your whole life.
Wow. Vanity is alive and well in Jeffrey Marsh. Wow.
You can say the least. Wow. I have a lot of comments about this.
Bet you do.
I want to point out, before we get into this any deeper, that I came out as gay in a very religious family. So if anyone understands the relationship between gays and Christians, I would say I get it. Do you think you get it?
Yes.
Okay. To start at the beginning of the video, he said if you as a Christian are trying to repair his relationship with God. Now, if you've ever been a Christian...
They'll repair the relationship between LGBTQs and God.
But specifically his, because he's talking about if you come up to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just for the sake of this. So he's talking about this person intending to repair his relationship with God. Not just the gays, any gays, really. But that's why he's telling them the guidelines to do it, right?
We have rules now, okay.
Anyone who has been in Christianity at all understands that you have a personal relationship with God. If God has left you, which Christians don't believe, God never leaves you, God is always there, you stop listening, you stop talking, you stop hearing, right? Have you not heard that before?
Mm-hmm.
So how are you going to repair anyone else's relationship with God if it's personal? Let's say you and I got in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad. Are you going to go talk to your best friend and ask her to come to me and repair the relationship? No, you're going to do it yourself, right? Same thing goes here. The demands for the hugs and the affection and the love just show me that you are constantly starving for attention. And physical touch is a really weird thing. The insisting on having to apologize, the way you acted emotional when she said she was sorry for Christians. I had a hell of a time coming out, and I still don't need Christians to hug me. Don't you think it's a deeply narcissistic point of view? Hug me, cherish me, I'm amazing. Then to cap it off pretty much is the end statement of, she told me she was sorry for how Christianity treated me. Is her apology going to make up for the people who did hurt your feelings? No. Is her one opinion going to stop the rest of the people from having those opinions? No. So what was the point of this? Her to try and convert you to Christianity. Now, I'm fine with that, but don't look at it as this wholesome moment when she's just trying to get you to see her perspective. I'm not saying it wasn't good, but it's still for the aim of you to be Christian. What do you got?
I have to go through the whole thing because there was just way too much gold.
If you are a Christian leader or layperson, and you're trying to repair the relationship between LGBTQs and God,
How do you do that?
I just went over that with you. You can't. That's exactly what I just said. Do you know? Where I said Christians view that as a personal relationship. Now, if
Right.
you want to view a different God, that's fine. But we're talking about Christians in this.
Well, then why did the Christian come up to him then? Exactly.
The whole point of what Christians do is to share the word of God
As you said, you can't repair the relationship between
for someone else.
him and God. So was she just trying to score some LGBTQ points? or-
No, I think that in the Bible, you were told to share the word of God, and you were also told to love everyone the same. And so I don't disagree necessarily with the values, though I may not perform them, right? She's being nice to the guy because she wants him to see the light. That's what it comes down to.
Okay. Why does he want Christians to come up to him when he is part atheist, part Buddhist?
Narcissism.
Why just Christians? Why not other religions who don't like gays?
Because Christian is associated with white, which is associated with bad. So if a Christian, it's just like reparations.
Why not Jews? He didn't say Jews.
He's essentially asking for non-physical reparations. He's asking for emotional reparations for the damage done to him by Christians in the past.
from strangers.
But in his situation, he's identifying these strangers as Christians, right? So in his head, he's asking for reparations, which are in the form of I'm sorries, from Christians for the actions of people in the past.
That hairline is something else, by the way.
Oh.
It's getting more receded by the day.
I don't know if you leave it in, but when I screamed colors, that purple and pink with that yellow,
Yeah, with the
how to tell that you're actually a man.
10 o'clock shadow.
You have tennis ball yellow fucking nails and a purple hoodie on or whatever. Get checked.
I was going to say, and the church, but that's not what we're talking about. Between LGBTQs and God, I like you. And here's the true tea. If you see me in public, you better come up and hug me. You better.
Why the demand? Why the demand? You better. If you're trying to repair my relationship with God, well, then you better do this, even though I'm atheist and Buddhist and I'm not going to be Christian and I don't believe in God. Okay. Why the hell would they go up to you then? Why are you demanding? It's a demand.
Of course it's have you ever heard him ask nicely?
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't
Yeah.
think that's. I don't think he's capable.
It's not in
of
his
that.
vocabulary.
No, you better do it, or
Isn't it
else
odd?
I won't have a relationship with God, even though I'm a Buddhist
How many
atheist.
times do you hear women
What?
scream or say? How many times do you hear any women say, especially when they have any influencer position, when I see you in public, you better come up and hug me? None. Because women understand the threat that can come with allowing anyone to come and hug you. It shows your male privilege to be like, you must hug me, because you don't think anyone's a predator. You're the predator.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Allegedly.
in our personal opinion.
Better tell me you like me, you like my videos. You better take a selfie with me.
I think he just needs proof that people like his videos. It sounds like he's just looking for records.
You better say you like me in my videos.
Yeah, he tone switched it in that a little bit, didn't he? He went a little African American in that, didn't he?
Better come up to me and like me and tell me you like my videos.
Well, this is
Where is that?
obviously. He said all of this. He said all of this would be because you did like his videos. So
So if I don't,
we're good. You can just walk away.
so
No hugs.
do they have to lie?
So
If they don't like his videos?
If they want to repair your relationship with God, which is
that's a
what you said
sin.
you're okay with, but they don't like your videos,
They're
do
supposed
they
to lie.
still hug you?
They're supposed to break one of the 10 commandments.
All I know is that my mom wanted to save me for a long time, and that was not fun. So for you to inflict the same feeling on other people is kind of crazy.
What? You're a Buddhist and atheist. Why would Christians come up to you to try to repair your relationship with God? Like your relationship with your daddy?
Like I said, if you got your friend to try and fix our relationship,
Like, what?
And I'll tell you why, because I had this
Why?
beautiful human being. I was at the movies last night, and this beautiful human being, a
you
lady Presbyterian.
This is the why. He's going to tell you why he wants you to do this, right? This is the why.
no, this isn't the
Pat.
why.
He
This
just
is
said, I'll tell you why, and now he's explaining.
But we just watched it. We know it's not the why.
Well, then why say
He doesn't actually, so the thing is, he doesn't actually get into why. He just tells you that she said, I'm so sorry for how Christians treated you. It's literally just like reparations. They want us to apologize for how white people treated people in the past, even though we didn't do anything. This lady, this pastor, literally did nothing to Jeffrey Marsh.
Who's a representation of the Presbyterian church.
Of the area that she's in, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that she's the whole church. It's just her. It's her church. She gets to kind of narrate her story, right?
Mm-hmm. There's no why.
There is no why. He's just telling you that he got placated to and he appreciates it. And then at the end, he leaves that moment of silence like, oh, that really weighed on me. But I can tell you that as someone who has faced negative repercussions for being gay, which you probably also have, which I know you have, but
Yeah.
people can say, I'm sorry. And it doesn't give you this like life-changing moment. In fact, sometimes you feel resentment that it took so long or anger because you don't believe it, a bunch of other feelings. It's not just this, wow, somebody isn't like that moment. Do you know what I mean? Did you have that? Were you like, wow, there's finally someone who wasn't like that? I don't think so, because your mom was upset but not angry. Just a little sad she wouldn't get what she wanted in the long run, right?
Yeah.
And then, it seems like your dad never acknowledged it, really. But that's not hateful necessarily, right?
No.
You still have your feelings about it, I'm sure. But at least it wasn't a negative thing, so you hold no resentment. But
No, I don't really
you
care.
hold some resentment to the people who outed you at school.
Yeah, that was rotten.
Yeah, just like the people who I came out to treated me in rotten ways at home.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the same rotten ways, but because we hold resentment towards those moments. What if someone like that was to say they're sorry to you? How would you feel?
Little too late.
How do you think it should make him feel then if he's that?
I think he just wants fans because he thinks he's famous.
He's narcissistic. I don't care. And furthermore, what if someone who wasn't even someone who did that to you came up to you and said, I'm so sorry that they did that to you. I was with them, but I'm sorry they did it to you. A little angry,
okay.
right? If anything.
I like.
Dismissive, if not angry.
I'd probably be more dismissive.
Right.
Coming up to me and like.
You waited this long.
Really?
Yeah.
Too little, too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand the whole, so weighing.
Well, we're still hearing the why.
Pastor in a major city in America come up to me and say, I love your videos, and we talked about Jesus. Not in like a weird way, because I'm, Buddhist.
Because he wants to have sex with Jesus?
I like how that's when it gets weird, right? When Jesus gets brought up.
Not in a weird way. How else? What is a weird way of talking about Jesus?
I mean, there's definitely some weird ways to talk about Jesus just because people can talk in any way they can. But
Like sexual about Jesus?
I mean, people could get sexual about you. I doubt the pastor was. I bet you she was just talking about how Jesus was loving. And I personally love this quote. If Jesus was alive today, he'd be sitting outside the churches with the blah, 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 and da, 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 because his whole point was to bring peace and acceptance in the glory of God. And people think that he'd be so angry and so spiteful. That's fine. There's a lot of loving stories about Jesus, too. And you can sit there and talk about whatever you prefer to. But you're still talking about Jesus in the Bible, Judeo-Christian Jesus. And to sit there and say it wasn't weird, oh, you mean it's not that strange for people to talk about their religions in an open way, which is what the Founding Fathers wanted to begin with, the freedom to practice and discuss your religion? It's not weird to hear about Jesus, just like it's not weird when I hear about Muslims. It's not weird when I hear about Jewish people. You know why? Because it's America. Everyone has the freedom to religion.
No, it's America.
All right.
Apparently.
Everyone has the freedom to religion. That's something we are founded upon. And if you can't get over that, then you need to really think about what you're doing.
But you're Buddhist. You're Buddhist. And I'm still waiting for the why.
With a
I have a
little
completely off topic
sprinkle of
question now for
atheist
you.
in there. But just in the way that, when people, when you're an influencer and you're famous, people have like a short time to say hi to you and then you have to separate. She said to me, she chose in her short time to say to me, I'm so sorry how Christianity treated you your whole life.
It's just so funny. It's the dumbest. It's something else right there.
It's the nodding. They're like, oh, it was so deep when
I'm
that
so
happened.
sorry. My Christian guilt. It's not white guilt. It's Christian guilt. We're moving on from white guilt to Christian guilt. We're gonna get Jewish guilt next. We can get Muslim guilt next. What do we got? We got Hinduism guilt.
I mean, isn't it isn't sort of a natural progression to expect this, considering that white guilt was already a thing. The majority of people that go to these churches are white people. There's a ton of black churches. I don't mean that in any way.
How about Baptist guilt?
All I'm saying is this lady had to be white, came up to you, and did the same thing that BLM asked them to do. Apologize for something that you didn't do because it makes them feel better. I don't have any problem with people spreading Christianity and trying to convince people to come to their church and maybe see something new for the first time. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. I think it's fine to have that experience and even push people to have that experience. I don't think he realizes that's what she was trying to do. And I don't mean that like, oh, it's a marketing thing. No, that's like what Christians do. They want to share what they believe is good with people so that they can reach heaven. And so she's trying to help you. And to act like it's such a big deal. It's crazy that she could even mention this, and it's life-changing that she did.
Or maybe it's the first time someone's actually come up to him and said, I like your videos, and so he's making a big to-do out of it with this video.
I'm sure it's also because Christian.
Now he's got a big head about it, and he's like, I'm famous in America.
If you're in a hotel, that's a pretty shitty paint job.
I like the poof jacket. It's really giving 1980s vibes.
It's also giving I don't have heat right now.
Or how about, it's just the whole shebang. I don't know what happened to him, and maybe he's like an alcoholic. It's possible.
He looks
might
pretty
be.
beat.
I don't know if he's doing some sort of
whatever.
Yeah. But he's not looking too good. I don't know if this is like a midlife crisis.
Like I said, those yellow nails are really not doing any justice. Like, listen, the coat's bad enough. The lipstick is horrid. But then you pull out those nails, and I am gonna vomit.
Wouldn't it be surprising if he was my age? I wonder what age he is.
I'm sure he's close to
because I'm seeing those neck wrinkles, and
that's scary.
And I'm just wondering, how old is Jeffrey Marsh?
Oh my God! The funniest thing is that you went to type in Jeffrey Marsh age, and the first thing that popped up was Jeffrey Marsh arrested. Can you please type that in?
Is that what came up?
Look.
Wow.
No. So even when you had age in, the next thing was arrested. January.
Is this the same person though?
Click the.
There's a lot of Jeffrey Marshes out there in this world.
Click the mugshot right here.
Oh, it shows it. Okay.
Oh no, that's a different Jeffrey Marsh.
Yeah, there's a lot of Jeffrey Marshes out here. So gotta be careful with that one.
40 years for kidnapping a woman.
So he's 48 years old. I'm just curious here.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Marsh is 48. Okay. Just curious. How old is Jillian Michaels? Jillian Michaels. How old are you, lady? 52. Okay, so
good for her. And her
this
wife.
is an old 48. He is 7 years older than me, and he's looking pretty rough. And we're supposed to call him she, they.
I'm calling him.
This is a midlife crisis thing. You ever notice how the dudes who transition to whatever they are, they're usually either younger, late teens, early 20s, maybe mid-20s even, or they're like
40, 50 years
40,
old.
50. Yeah, sometimes even 60, 70.
I wonder what that in-between period's like for them.
I don't know. But some guys, they get a motorcycle, midlife crisis.
Some guys get a tits.
Some guys get tits and call themselves she, they.
Isn't it
Either
scary?
way, this was
to clarify,
typical.
that was not the right Jeffrey Marsh. He didn't get arrested. That's so far from what I can see.
Oh, that's a scary. Hair Club for Men. Is it Rogaine? Is Rogaine Hair Club for Men? Or are those two different things? I can't remember.
I'm sure they're similar.
I don't belong to a hair club. Yeah. I'm also sorry for how Christianity has treated him his whole life. He is a very sick, very unwell pervert. And Christian doctors should have locked him away and given him the treatments he needed so he can integrate his masculine identity.
No, I don't agree completely with the last part. I don't think that man is ever going to have masculine energy, besides the ways he already does. Maybe just lock him up.
I think this one's pretty accurate. What better person to take spiritual advice from than a mentally ill man who makes TikTok videos encouraging minors to become trans?
Isn't that a lovely place to stop?
Yes, I think so.
Because that's exactly what he does.
Yeah. Like and subscribe, everybody.
Comment if you want us to stop talking about Jeffrey Marsh, but also comment if you want us to keep talking about Jeffrey Marsh. You see, you have to comment for both so I can count. Yeah, I'm going to count.
Yeah.
I just need engagement. Bye.
Cry